Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Joining me today on the block is JoJo. How you doing, JoJo?
Oh, I just finished the Beth eviction party. Doing great. How are you?
Wait, I thought you were Team Beth.
I was Team Beth, but I still celebrated the party. I can't stand
Okay.
Beth. I can't stand Beth, but I actually think she was a great player, and I thought she played a great game. So I don't like Beth, but I was rooting for her.
Well, this episode, okay. I mean, it starts off. I don't think that the announcer really likes Beth because one thing that he said was, "Earmuffs for everyone. It's Big Brother Canada 9." I'm like, oh my gosh, Beth's screaming like he just.
Yeah, Bethel. He called her Bethel at some point too. I'm like, is that her name, or is that just what they're calling her for shits and giggles?
Well, I think her real name might be Bethany.
Yeah,
Or
but he called her Bethel.
Not nice.
No.
Bethel is not a nice. Well, I mean, I'm sure named Bethel. It's beautiful, but it's not the prettiest name for a Beth, I would say.
No.
Okay, so we always started off with what Arissa was wearing. Thoughts?
Her power suit. I didn't care for it, to be honest.
Okay. Me neither.
Yeah, at all.
I like the colors, like it's kind of like the gold and the dusty rose, pinky, metallic, iridescent stuff.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was.
I like that. Oh, I have a dress like that. I should have showed you my dress that's the same colors, actually.
Why are you wearing it?
I didn't think about it until right this second that I had a dress that color. I'm gonna see if I can find it like incognito right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna remind you beforehand and be like, are you wearing anything similar to what Arissa has on tonight? Quick.
I should have though. Oh my god, I'm so silly.
Okay.
Because it's kind of similar coloring. So I like the colors, obviously, I bought something like it. And I love the pants. I thought the pants were really cool. They kind of had like a wide leg at the bottom. I just didn't like it paired with the blazer on top of it. Like if she had some sort of like sexy, like boat neck off the shoulder, like fitted in number, maybe Dusty Rose, like no bra type look, like maybe something like that. Give her.
Do you remember going out tops?
Yes and no. I mean, I always worked in a bar, so. But yeah,
so
go on.
Like going out tops were always like you wear a pair of jeans, that's the basics, and then you have your going out shirts. So like sequins, lace, like super cheap, Forever 21, Le Chateau. I would have loved to see her in a going out top tonight.
Yes, exactly. I know exactly what you mean by going out top. Sure. Yes. I definitely would classify certain things like, oh, that's like a sleeping shirt. That's a going out top, 100%.
Going out top, going to the bar.
If she had like a sexy going out top, I think that look would have been disturbing. But the matching blazer wasn't working for me unless she was wearing it open with a crop top underneath, with like a tube top. Like it was
something
open
fun.
Blazer, pantsuit, working, but buttoned up blazer, it's just too much of that same color, too much material.
Yeah.
It wasn't working for me.
Even the trouser I found a little too long. I would have, and I like a long trouser. I'm okay with it not being able to see the shoe. It was just a little too long.
It made the cut, apparently. The bottom of those pants. Where is this damn dress? I know I wore it to a wedding. Where's the wedding? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm still gonna be looking for it. Oh, that's the day.
Search.
I'm going to find it though. If it's the last thing I do. What day was that wedding? Anyways, back to the episode. Big Brother Canada 9. I still haven't recovered from last week. You know, the super high that we had on Thursday.
Yep.
Really excited to have someone come back. Then we didn't get the feeds, and I still kind of feel like I'm out of the loop. I don't know what's going on. It's like, why is Beth so hated? Like, just what happened? Like, where did that fight come from? Because I didn't see that fight online, the first one. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
So a lot of the feeds were getting cut, and I was getting pissed because there was a ton of stuff that I actually wanted to watch happen. I felt like
Mhm.
Beth was really trying to guilt Ty, which was the smart thing to do. For her to stay this week, she needed Ty. She
Okay.
needed Ty and Brayden to want her there, to go after Kiefer. That's what her plan should have been. I don't know why she decided to talk to Kiefer at some point, and like, he's one vote, Beth. He's only one. Like,
Well, I think she went
X
to talk to
him.
Cooper as soon as Ty was like shutting her down completely and saying like, no, she's not. There's no chance. And so she's hoping now, like, okay, well, if Ty is a no, well, maybe Kiefer can be a yes. Have it be split, and then maybe Brayden can save me because I have been working with Brayden. The thing is, I know that Beth is annoying. I know she's loud. I know that she's not the popular player. We can tell that because of the fact that Skip the Dishes, two people did not even give it to Beth. They gave it to
Yeah.
Kiefer. So we know that, most of the audience is not a super Beth fan. But,
No.
like, she was making valid points. Kiefer is in line to win this game against
Yeah.
any of them, against even her. And so the fact that they are using this opportunity to take Beth out, who's only won one competition where she took out Victoria, okay, big move, but so many more moves bigger have been made after that. And Kiefer he's got the votes. People want him to win. And the fact that they aren't seeing that because they're so annoyed by Beth as a person is also just a little bit frustrating because it would be the move. It would have been the move for Brayden to use that veto on Tara, and it would have been the move for him to use that veto on Beth and take, or Tara, whichever, take them, one of them down, put up Kiefer, vote Kiefer out. Because if it's gonna be 2-on-2, so it's gonna be Brayden and Ty, and Brady even played for the head of household, and so it's just going to be. Oh no, wait, he can. Was he playing? No, he's sitting out.
No.
So it's going to be Kiefer and Tara against Ty, basically.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, Brayden had two, like literally in 1 week, he had two chances to get rid of Kiefer, to backdoor him twice. He did not learn the first time that that was the move for him to make. He could have easily taken Beth off and said, hey, or Tara off and said, hey, Tara, you and I, we're going to take out Kiefer. Let's do it. Or all three of us, me, you, Ty, Tara. That's when he could have like grabbed the game and made it so that it was in his best interest. I'm sure he does think that maybe Kiefer will string him along a little further, maybe to final three, but the move is taking out Kiefer. That's what wins you the game.
You can't win again. Like, I think everybody's wants to take Brayden to the end. I think even though he's won 3 competitions, I think everybody wants to take him to the end. So Brayden doesn't really need to care that much, but he should be caring on who is the one that's going to be taking him, because he doesn't have a shot against Kiefer. He could make an argument against Beth. He could, because he could maybe Ty's vote against Beth. Could maybe get like some people in the juries against Beth. Like, I think Rohan would maybe vote Brayden instead of Beth. Maybe even Victoria, because Victoria might be irritated by Beth for getting her out. Like, it just was so not a good move for them to not want Beth to stay in this game so badly.
Yeah, I think Beth wasn't as scary with competitions as well. We've seen Kiefer do really well in a variety of competitions, and we know what Endgame is like. Tonight's head of household, I think, probably is pretty good for Ty, pretty good for Kiefer. I don't know if Tara actually knows her. I think she knows her days better than she's letting on.
Yeah.
So I don't know who's going to take the win, but whoever takes it needs it for sure, because Brayden, I think, is fine. I think he'll be sitting in the final 3.
From what they showed in the episode, it does look as though Ty is going to win, but like, just putting it out there, we're going to talk about what the events that happened this episode. But I just need to say, I'm annoyed that there's a cliffhanger again on a Thursday till Monday. Are the feeds going to be down? Are the feeds done for the season? Like, it's so garbage. Is it?
The feeds are down until 1 a.m. tonight because they're filming the awards.
That's fine. But they need to be up this
So
weekend because
this weekend we'll know who the head of household is. We'll be able to watch up until probably Tuesday, I would say, or maybe Wednesday, because
Wednesday.
Wednesday's a special eviction.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we won't be seeing Wednesday evening, I'm assuming. Though the days are all so mess this year that who knows, maybe they'll keep them open longer. I don't know.
I
It's going to
mean,
be a fast week though. There's going to have to be a veto like pretty quick. Show me. I want to see. You found it.
yeah.
Let me get right in there. Yep,
Right?
I see it. Yeah. Twinsies. If she wore that, that would be a 10 out of 10. But come on, Arissa.
Hi, Moses. How you doing? We're just, doing the usual Big Brother Canada producer like complaint session. That's it, and then we're gonna talk about the episode.
Yeah.
We love to hate it, I mean, thank God we have the content, but we love to hate it.
Thank God.
Thank God. I really was hoping that, like, when Jed enters the jury house, that, like, Victoria just smacks him upside the head. He needs a smack. He needs a Julie Chen smack. Who was that woman? That was me. It was me. I was showing JoJo that I had a dress in the same colors as Arissa's pantsuit. And so I like the color
power suit.
Pardon me, the power suit. Yes, exactly. Can I see you? I can't. It's gone. Never mind. I can't pull it up again. But that woman was me. It was I.
That woman was me.
So, okay. Beth has a nice, like a good point here. Because he's like, in what world is Tara and myself a bigger threat than Kiefer? And that's what should be what everybody's saying. And like, I think that Ty must be thinking that he can beat anyone. And I just don't think that he's correct.
I don't think he beats anyone at this point. I actually think he loses to everyone.
Because Brayden's already won more competitions than him. And the way that he played this, what we saw anyways with Beth, is so bad for jury management. I know he says, like, I don't care about jury management. F Beth, I want her gone.
You should care.
Part of the game.
Yeah.
And you're saying that you're evicting her because you want to win, but you evicting her might make you lose. You know what I mean? In the manner that you're doing it.
There's no part of me. Hey, Moses. There's no part of me that doesn't think. I actually think Beth would have taken Ty to the end.
She can beat him and Brayden.
Yeah, and I think with her help, he could have gotten farther. He could have cut her at Final 3 and tried to make that into a big move. But I don't know. I don't know if this was his best route to take.
Well, and he's just been gaslighting her the entire week, being like, I never said that. No, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. And it's like, well, do you know what, Ty? You the entire time were actually going against Beth and Jed and plotting behind their back. So the information that she has is incorrect. So yes, it could be true to you that you were never going to you're never going to say Brayden's name, but to Beth, you made it seem as though you were contemplating something. But if you already had your mind made up and Beth didn't know about it because you were keeping that from her, why aren't you recognizing that, even maybe not to her directly, but to us in the diary room, being like, man, like, she actually has a point because she doesn't know this. Like, they're not thinking about why Beth would be saying these things. And so I was pretty frustrated with Ty this week. And I couldn't even really stomach watching some of the edited fights that they were having because it was just gaslighting. And I think it was Taryn that said either on the one of the updates or on like the roundtable was that it's very Paul-esque. Paul from BB1819, but 19 especially, how he had his whole group of people that he was pretending like he had nothing to do with their evictions, and he never owned up to anything that he did. And they rewarded him with not voting for him. And so it does seem reminiscent of that.
Yeah, he could have, like, especially because no one trusts Beth. He can be honest with Beth. He can tell her, like, this is the way it went. Sorry, this is what, like, this is my mind frame. To try and, like, get some sort of respectable gameplay. Like, get to that jury. You tell them what I've been doing. I'm taking you up because I think you're the best. Blah, 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 blah. Basically, what Beth has done with Jed, Ty had a week to do that with Beth.
Yeah.
And he can
Well,
say, Brayden and Kiefer do not want to keep you. They're going to tell you that maybe, and like bullshit. Even if he bullshitted her a little bit to make her feel a certain way.
yeah,
Her entire week was angry at Ty, which shocked me. It's not good for his game.
He could have easily had both her and Jed leaving with them wanting Ty to win, just being like, I'm sorry, I have to do this. You guys are strong. Like with Jed, Jed, he kept on being like, no man, I would never do that. Like we're the best, like we're proud. Like he just kept on the whole time saying how much that's impossible and that he would be pissed if Jed even thought that he would vote against like all this stuff when he was the whole time that was never his intention was to keep him. And so if he was just honest with Jed, just being like, I can't beat you, and this is my chance. I'm sorry that you're up there. I'm sorry that we're in this position right now. I really thought that we could go to the end, but you became too scary, and I had to take the shot while it was here. I'm so sorry. I love you, man. Like, please forgive me. Whatever. Not lying about it till the end, and then expect them to be like, well, good game move. Like, no. It's not a good game move anymore when you could have gone about it in a better way.
Yeah. 1,000%.
So bad. Phil, hi Phil. Okay, now being
at Phil.
Left the game to chance instead of their strategy. They are 2 rounds past the chance that they could have made a real move. If Kiefer goes, it's bad luck, not gameplay. That's true, and nobody will be able to take credit for Kiefer's move. It would just be like who ended up winning the veto, like basically, and they get to decide who is going to be going to final 3, and that's just basically it. Ty doesn't own his game. Well, he does in a way. Like he kind of like says like, well, like I'm not playing emotionally. I'm not playing emotionally. Well, it's like, do you know what though? The jurors might be playing emotionally. They might be affected by what you're doing with your no emotions here, buddy. So just because you're not playing a certain way doesn't mean that they are. And he needs to learn to adapt to people's playing styles. Like I used to love so mad at them this last couple of weeks.
Ty has had a pretty good social game up until the last 2 weeks, in my opinion. So he should know these people really well. And the way that Jed, the way that Beth has left, it's not doing him any favors, especially in the jury house. And those are 2 people that are going to be influential. I truly think the fact that Beth said that she's rooting for Tara at this point is really telling. You have Jed saying in his post-interview that he's rooting for Tara. Now, Beth, you have Tina. You throw one more vote in, Tara's got the game.
Well, I don't think that Rohan is going to want to vote for Ty against Tara. I think that he would stick with Tara, oddball.
Yeah.
And I could easily see Victoria also voting for Tara, oddballs. So I think that like he loses probably like by 7-0 against Tara at this point. He might get half the votes from Brayden, maybe, but it's not even a guarantee for Brayden. And he also loses 7-0 with Kiefer. He would have maybe been able to get some votes from Beth, like going up against Beth.
Yeah, that was. I just think that Ty has played. It's unfortunate because he wasn't winning anything to really showcase some moves or to create something himself. But not owning up to the Jed vote, the way that he dealt this week, and even during his head of household during the fake eviction, none of it was impressive. So if he had said like, Bray, let's use the veto, we're taking out Kiefer, even if he had brought that up first, that would have been brilliant. And that could have been something for him to have something to say at the final 2. He just doesn't have anything to say, in my opinion. And these are people that are going to want to vote for a player. They've all been playing really messy and not necessarily good, but they're going to want to vote for someone that's been playing. And
well, exactly.
Out of the 4 left, it's Kiefer, Tara, and then Brayden and Ty are kind of thrown up in the air, in my opinion.
Well, it's only Kiefer that seems to have been playing since the beginning. I think is the microphone like right here on your shirt? So if you hear like it's, I was just trying to figure it. Yeah, can we do that?
It was me. Yep, I'll hold it.
Oh God, you sound so clear.
Yes,
so
good.
And I was like, I'm like, is that what it is? I'm like trying to figure it out. Okay, can you? Is that too annoying to do?
No, I don't mind at all.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, listeners.
Us. Exactly. I want Ty. I want Ty out next because I want people to pay for their mistakes. Jed paid for his mistakes. Beth paid for her mistakes. I think Ty needs to pay for his mistakes on how he dealt with Beth. It wasn't his best move to get Beth out. It wasn't his best move. And so I need him to pay for that. I can't have him, for my heart of hearts, to see him like get through this week with ease, because I just don't want it to have been a good move, because it wasn't good. It wasn't smart.
Yep.
It was bad. And I don't know if I want people to start like cutting their major alliances at 4. Like it makes things so dangerous moving forward.
Yep.
People like looking at this season being like, oh, that's how you play. Like, oh, don't play like this. It's not good. It's hard
go
for
to
people
the end.
to strategize.
Yeah.
It's so hard. So Ty is telling Beth that her stories don't match up. And this is where I was beginning to start to get frustrated with Ty, because it's like her story doesn't match up because you've been lying to her.
Yeah.
It's been him.
I do think he definitely threw Beth under the bus this week. There's no doubt about it. I just wish we saw it. I wish we saw what happened while the feeds were off for 4 days, so we can actually get a better understanding of the way this week really went. It just wasn't a good edit for Ty. And looking back at it, I just don't think he played a good week. I feel for him. Ugh.
I think he lost the game with this week. I think that if he had a shot of winning, I think that this would be, I don't think that there's a move that he could do. I'm agreeing with you here, Phil, 100%, that will make him shine more. Even if he won out, I don't know if people will be that impressed at this point, because I just don't think so. I think he needed to make that move. He needed to get rid of Kiefer, and he needed to own it, like own that one. He didn't.
Yeah.
But that fight was really infuriating. And at the end of it, Ty takes his food upstairs from the kitchen, and he's like, "Enjoy jury, Beth."
Woo! And then Beth like is hysterically laughing in the Expedia room, like, "I'm getting evicted next."
Well, I think that was just like, I can't believe how badly my game's messed up right now, because she thought she had Ty around her finger, and Brayden wrapped around her finger, Jed wrapped around her finger, Tara wrapped around her finger, and they don't care and they want her out. So I would probably be like, I'd be crying. I'd probably be crying.
Yeah, I'd be hysterical.
I'd be really upset. He said he just wanted Beth out and didn't care about jury management. Well, that's not a good move, M. Moses. No. Like, it's part of the game. Taking care of the jury is part of the game, because they are the ones that should want you to win. And if people don't want you to win, they won't let you win. Like, it's just fact. Look at, like, I can say I roll, but Paul played a better game than Josh, and he also played a better game, in my opinion, than even Nicole Franzel. But people didn't want to give him those wins. They didn't want that to be him. And I believe with Franzel, it was like a 5 or a 4-3 or a 5-4. I don't know if they did a 9 or 7 jury. And
5-4.
There's one person that he needed more to not be pissed at him. And that one person could be Beth, that he said enjoy jury. Well, she's probably gonna be like, I'm gonna enjoy voting for it, not you in jury. That's what I'm gonna enjoy doing. And I'm probably gonna also enjoy telling everybody what a piece of garbage you are and how you've been gaslighting me this whole time. And it's gonna be really easy to get the rest of the oddballs that are there on your side, because you were against them the whole time. So he left Beth going into the jury she acted really happy, but I think she's furious.
Yeah, and Beth's not the type of person that you really want to piss off on the way to jury. I assume Beth would be hating Tara all week, and we'd be getting lots of that tonight, and it was the total opposite. So that even that shocked me. I'm like, good for Tara if she actually put some work in with Beth this week.
Well, I think that Tara wouldn't have evicted Beth. I don't think that she would have if she was the head of household. I think that she would have kept Beth in there. Beth has only won one competition. She's not that scary right now in the eyes of the jury. And the jury, she's right. She said, Kiefer, the jury loves you. They hate Beth. And that is true. It would have been better for them to keep Beth in the game. And I mean, for Kiefer, it wasn't better for Beth to stay because Tara was going to take him further than Beth would. Absolutely. But Ty, no. Was Beth cracking up on the couch when she says, I'm getting voted out this week? I'm getting voted out this week. Yeah, she was laughing, but I think it was like embarrassment.
A release.
Nervousness. Like it was a whole anxiety. I think it was just like, what? I can't believe what's happening here. Just like, what's happening? What's happening?
From 4 to 5 to 5. From 5 to 4 to 5.
Ooh. Brutal. That sucks though. It's like to be thinking that you're in the final four and then that'd be taken away from you. Psych.
Yeah.
He's so upset. And then be voted out. Like, why didn't they just keep it a revolving door and vote out Tara again? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Brutal. So Beth does take that opportunity to apologize to Ty. I did think she did a pretty good apology. It seemed pretty heartfelt. It seemed as though Ty was taking it in a little bit. But he doesn't believe that she would take him. But she would, I think.
Yeah.
She would take him,
I think she would too.
One of the two, but Ty's one less than Brayden. And it would be better for her to sit beside somebody that was in that trio, because then people would have to share their vote. Like all the people wouldn't go voting for Brayden, like the Tinas, the Rohan, maybe Victoria. If Tara was gone, it would be Tara as well. Like they would be most likely voting for Brayden because it would be not Beth. But if Ty was sitting beside her, they would have to distribute some of those votes. And so she has a better shot sitting next to Ty. So I do believe her when she says that.
Yeah, but I mean, we have to keep in mind too that last week during the jury segment, even though Beth is not liked, Rowan, Tina, and Victoria all said that like next to Kiefer, she's playing the second best game. So maybe she's not liked, but I think if she was sitting in that final two, she might garner enough game respect or something to get more votes than whoever's sitting next to her. So voting her out is probably not the worst idea, but maybe at 4, at 3, not this week. This week was a Kiefer week, a Kiefer or a Ty week.
It's a Kiefer week
in my opinion.
Definitely a Kiefer week because he could easily, because now he has so many chances to win with less people to be fighting against. So if he doesn't win head of household and he goes up, he wins a veto, he's there into final 3. Like he'll probably win, the final 3 head of household. Like, I don't know. It's just like, there's so many opportunities for him to save himself. I feel like Kiefer gets in the final 2. He's winning against everybody.
100%. Yeah.
Do that. So BB says, I thought they might put a straitjacket on her after that. LOL. I mean, it was a little bit losing her mind. For sure. And I think she probably was losing her mind a little bit because it is irrational and not the smart, intelligent move to her. Like, really. And so she's like, I don't know, am I going crazy here? Because like, this isn't the move. It isn't the right move. Like what? Like she probably was feeling a little bit like she was going crazy because it wasn't rational.
Even putting her up next to Kiefer, like, so one of them could have been I don't know. I think Brayden screwed up by putting Tara up there.
Yeah, why did he do that? I don't understand. Like, I guess because Ty told him what to do.
I guess. And no one's gonna want to hear that, Brayden, if you're sitting at the end and you've only done what Ty has told you to do.
Yeah, and like when Beth brought that up, that Ty was going to get credit for everything. Ty told Braden that she's going to say that, and so it kind of discredits the truth and the validity of that statement. But Ty is going to get all the credit for all your moves on all your HOHs because it wasn't the best move for you. And I don't know if you recognize or you noticed last night when Ty asked, "What does your gut tell you to do?" And he says, "My gut says Kiefer." Why isn't he going against his why is he going against his gut?
Crazy.
Like, that's what, never do that. Remember Kellen is like, my gut, I gotta go with my gut on Survivor. Like, you gotta go with the gut. The worst thing that always happens is when you don't go against your gut and then you're like, damn it, I should have listened to myself.
Yep.
And I think that it's going to be, oh my God, it's probably, what if it's a Kiefer Tara final 2? That would be nuts. I mean, I think that Kiefer would still win, but
I do too.
Everybody would get their just desserts for making some bad moves. And I think I would like that.
Ooh.
As much as I do want Ty to win, I do want Braden to win. Like, I do want all of them to win for different reasons, but I love having justice be served. Bad moves do not get rewarded with $100,000. No. Are there any, or are any of the conflict seeds that Beth planted on her way out going to grow? I do think so. Because, well, Kiefer was already saying, even the feeds that we did have, that like, oh, are you guys are voting me out? Like, you should, because like I should be the vote. Like, even Kiefer is surprised kind of that he's not on the block, because this is the week that they should be getting him out, 100%. So
yeah, Kiefer's always, but he always like speaks up too much when he shouldn't, and like talks up his game. Like, I'm gonna beat you all. I'm gonna win. Just so you know, this is the week that you should have taken me out. I think this could be Kiefer's last week. If he doesn't win head of household, I think Kiefer will be the target between
I think
the three of them.
Tara is going to be the target. I don't think it's going to be Kiefer.
You think who?
Tara is going to be the target, not Kiefer. I don't think so.
I don't know.
Ty, he'll put up Kiefer and Tara.
Yep.
Not say the same unless one of them win. Braden goes up. Then if it's Kiefer that comes down, then Braden goes. If Tara wins, she'll put up Ty and Kiefer, I think. Stay the same. I think Ty would
Kiefer
go.
goes.
No, because like I don't think that they would want to keep Ty and Braden together. So I think that they'd break up that duo, right? And if Braden wins, Tara, Kiefer, Ty, I think would still keep Kiefer. Like, I think he has some. I don't know. So
crazy.
I need to know who wins this head of household so I can really plan it properly, you know. But
fair.
Will any of your
Let's get the veto tonight too.
Pardon me?
Let's get the veto on tonight too.
Yeah. Well, I can wait a couple days for the veto. I just need to know. I don't like ending the HOH night without an HOH. Like, oh my God, we only have 3 minutes left. Like, when they're starting the head of household, I'm like, oh, it's a fast one. I was like, okay, maybe they can get it in. And it's like, stay tuned. No. Like, next Monday.
Too long. Put it on Sunday.
No. Like, show me the competition.
Now.
Airing on the live feed, something. It's so annoying. I'm so mad. So mad. So, wait, Beth goes to the defender room and she's kind of upset. She's crying a little bit. Braden sees her walk by. So does Tara. And she goes to like lay in her bed and kind of like try to figure out like a plan. Like, she's not giving up, which I'm glad. She's got to figure out maybe what she can say to Kiefer. And so Kiefer then comes into the room and she starts pitching. And Kiefer, like, they kind of were joking about it. He's like, but you were trying to get me backdoored this week. And she's like, shit, I'm caught here.
Yeah.
But a valiant effort, but she should have just like left Kiefer maybe out of the equation here and maybe just stuck with Braden and Ty.
Yeah, I think maybe even going to Braden would have helped, because Braden could say to Ty, like, I think this is our better move. Maybe that's what she should have done. Really concentrated on Braden.
But she does say some good points with how the jury hates Beth and loves you, Kiefer. Like,
Yep.
I would take you if you kept me, if it was you that kept me, I would take you. And like, that's also really valid as well. Like, I wish she just said, like, I'm going to be making a pitch to every single one of you that's going to benefit you being the one that keeps me. If you guys all decide to keep me, like, then we can talk about something like different. But like, if I'm just trying to get one of you guys to save me, I'm going to have a different pitch to both of you. And so if you want to keep me, this is my pitch to you, what I would do if you decide to keep me. So I wish he reiterated on that as opposed to like giving him a reason to not want to keep you because you said that you were going to get him out. It's like, well, I was going to say that to Ty because that's going to look tasty to Ty.
Yes.
Should.
She wants to stick around.
She wants to stick around. So Weber wants to give away some grilling goodness, and they task Beth and Kiefer with counting the raccoons in the backyard so they can get a barbecue. And that's where we tuned in on Monday when the feeds came back after the weekend, was to them counting the raccoons in the backyard.
Yeah. It sounds like me in quarantine, just looking at my garbage, watching the raccoons.
Oh my God, they're so messy. Actual raccoons.
Making a mess.
Always like,
yes,
so
yes.
At the top floor of a house, and so the floor underneath me has like these rich like frat boys, and so like there's like 3 frat boys that live together, and they always have parties, whatever. But they always also put out their garbage like days in advance of garbage day, so the raccoons always get out the garbage. I'm like, don't you know to not put your garbage out that far in advance? Right?
No, they do not. You had it right when you said rich frat boys. No, they do not know. They just don't know.
But haven't they learned by every single week or other week when they put it out and it's like everywhere? Like they're like, oh, there's like a banana peel and there's an avocado pit, and like I was like, oh, it's so gross.
And then they grab their Roomba and they're like, go clean that up, Roomba. The Roomba just rolls around.
Outside? No,
I don't think so.
I've never used the Roomba. So they're counting, but then Tara gets called to the diary room as well because she's going to get a counter task, and for the rest of them to be distracting them to hopefully get them to miscount these raccoons. And if they're within 5, they are going to win the barbecue party. But Kiefer did say it on the feeds, and then it cut. I did hear him say the beginning of it. He's like, oh, I don't think it really matters that much. It's a sponsored thing that they're going to cut.
Yeah, everybody's getting barbecue.
Yes,
everyone.
They're winning.
It's happening.
100%. And they both go to the diary room after, and they say a number, and all you hear is like a winning sound. Like they didn't even like say like the number. They're just like, you win.
Yeah, there's no confirmation. They definitely weren't right, but
no, I would love to know what it actually was and what they said. Like if they were even actually. BB says the fake double is what ruined Beth because they had more time to think about who to keep. With little time to think, Tara was evicted. Yes, and like I think with Tara coming back, they can like rectify, be like, oh, it should have been Beth that went out on that 5, and so like they're trying to rectify what they think that they should have done, even though it was a bad move all around, no matter what.
Yep,
it was bad. Well, it's just the not right time. I don't think. So they do win their barbecue party outside. Woohoo! Sponsored content. I don't mind it. Obviously, it's something to do, but you know, they fooled me. I thought the counting food comp was authentic. LOL. Come on. To be honest, though, I do miss the food comps for the reason that it helped these house guests bond in different ways. And so when they were working together, like, oh, we have to go and do this task to try to like get cereal for the week. And they're, like they had to like do different things together to
we
get
won
food.
Cereal. Yay.
Yeah. Hey, oh my God, someone please get cheese. Like, remember Amy was like, we need to get the cheese.
Yes.
Cheese.
The cheese. Or do you
Even if
remember luxury competitions when they would have
yeah,
clothes available?
put as many items of clothes on as
Oh,
possible.
yeah.
Yes, I missed that. Maybe I'll do that again before the BBCan Awards. Maybe. Did you vote?
No.
Me
For the
neither.
awards, no. But I voted for Skip the Dishes.
You did, and you voted for Kiefer.
No, I voted for Beth.
Oh, you
Felt bad
did.
for her. Yeah,
One Beth vote.
I don't necessarily, I don't care for Kiefer or Beth, but I was like, oh, I'll give Beth a vote. What's she gonna have? 3%? Because just because Kiefer's so high and mighty, he's like, Canada loves me. I'm like, oh my god, you don't know that. You have no idea. They
But he
can't. Most of
doesn't know.
Canada probably does love you, but still,
I mean, at this point, I want Kiefer to win because I want people to realize that
me
they
too.
made such bad moves. I'm just like so pissed. So pissed. They
I
had
kind of want. I kind of want Tara to win just to like ruin everything. To be like, how the hell did Tara win this? Who let Tara win?
I
How did she
know.
get to the end? How did that happen?
I know. It's that's not a thing. I don't think that Tara can win. Well,
Oh,
imagine
she
her
could.
sitting next to Kiefer and Tara wins.
No, that just won't happen. There's no way. Kiefer wins
Imagine that.
against anybody. I imagined.
She could only really win against. Actually, she could probably win. She could probably make an argument against Ty, and she could probably make an argument against Braden.
Yeah,
She could.
that's my thought process. My thought process is Kiefer, Tara, then like kind of a mashup between Ty and Braden. Braden or Ty need to win. Like if one of them wins, it has to be against the other. I think.
Yes. Oh man, why did it get to this state? Like, why didn't? Oh, so many why didn't. Never mind. I'm never
I
gonna go
know.
down that route. So we get a jury
Nope.
house segment, and this one was way better than the one last week because last week it just was like,
Yeah.
why are we talking about this when this is like the most important, the best episode of the season? You need to like kill the momentum again already with like inserting a jury segment, but this one was more well received. It was seeing the reaction to Jed. But did you notice Tina's nice blowout? Do you think that
Yes.
Victoria for her? Her hair looks so
I
shiny
mean,
and green.
Victoria. It did look really nice. Blue line. Good old blue line. I noticed it in a photo online first, and I was like, "Oh, okay, Tina. Like, why wasn't anyone bored enough to do this in the house? Why is it happening in the jury house?"
I don't
The amount of
know.
hairstyles I would give everyone bangs. As many people as I could, I would give them bangs in that house.
Nobody's gonna let
I
you
freak
with
up so much
sisters.
hair.
No one's gonna be like, "Hey, let's JoJo cut my bangs."
They would. I'd be like, "How about some curtain bangs on you?" And
Yeah,
shave
it
half
looks
their
good. It
heads.
looks so fancy.
It does.
Tina's hair looks nice and nice straight. Yes, it did. We loved Rose's reaction. Was he just like, he wanted Jed to come out so badly? So I don't remember exactly what he did, but was he just like, yeah? Was he?
Yeah, he was jumping up and down. He was excited.
Oh. But he stopped jumping up and down when they heard how it all went down because they were all like, oh, like they're like, oh, and they were even saying how painful it was to watch. Like it was really
Yeah,
painful. Like, and I
it was
think that
amazing.
I was putting on those waterworks because he knew that the jury was going to see that video because Ty didn't care. And I think it was just because
Maybe in the moment he did. Like I'm sure that their like emotions do come out of like you can't be that insincere, but he didn't care up until that moment. Like he very much wanted Jed to go. So he is sitting in the final four. He's sitting pretty, so I don't know.
what do you think about Jed saying that he does love Beth and wants something to happen outside of the house? Do you think that that's a good
Oh,
thing? Especially with Jed's mom
Beth
hating Beth.
hates her. Beth lives in Alberta. You know, Jed's in Ontario. I don't know. I think he's going to get a lot of heat if he continues wanting to date Beth. But maybe outside the house, like I don't know, maybe outside the game, they actually will connect more and deepen their bond. Like we don't know, but
See,
probably not.
I
His
don't.
mom's not going to allow it.
safe to say that Chantel is in a tie fight. That's not true. I was obsessed with Ty. I just think that he's been playing two really terrible game weeks. And I never like when people are so disloyal to people that really love them. Like I'm gonna cry. Like I think that Jed really loves and cares about Ty, and for him to like be so ruthless and not even like offer him any sort of like actual generosity from his heart, like it just makes me feel icky. So like I love Ty. I think Ty's really handsome. I did want him to win up until 2 weeks ago. He was my number one pick. I was rooting for him, but now I played a game I just don't enjoy watching, and I don't like seeing this side of him and how he's treating other people. I just am not enjoying that version of him. So I love Ty, but right now I'm not wanting him to win. That's just kind of how I feel. So the jury's reaction to Jed using his POV on Beth was priceless. Rohan had a conniption. I laughed my ass off. I also like Victoria's joke about Jed not using the POV on himself. I know, my God. Like, shit, we got one dig in there. I was like, good. Thank you, Victoria, because he needs to hear that.
Yeah.
BB, I agree. Vic's joke was funny. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
He needs to get it because he didn't get slapped upside the head. Yeah, thank you. I know I was about to cry again. I just didn't like how that all went down. And good game, whatever, good, entertaining. Like it bring anything that brings emotion out of me. Like is something that I want to happen when I watch TV. But I really, I'm just upset with how Ty's been handling things.
I hear you, girl.
So yes, Braden calls house guests in for skip the dishes. Canada gives it to Kiefer, not Beth. Brutal. So Beth is the only one on slop on her way out to tour.
Oh, Beth.
But Beth does say that she was going to help Tara. She knows, all the days, all the evens and the odds, and with the girls, the guys, and like these are potential competitions that are around this time, but they haven't really been following the pattern of what the competition should look like. And I think it's due to COVID. Like we never had one actual like hold on to the wall endurance. That's very surprising. They just haven't had any big sets. And so I don't know if they're going to be doing those like, actual stairs where they have to like run up and build like a staircase or whatever it is. They haven't been doing that. So I don't know if they're going to have something like that. But it is something that you should know. Like who is second down every
what upsets me about the endurance is you don't need a big flashy set for it. You really don't. You like think back to season
6,
like season
finger
2,
on the button.
Season 2 when
finger on the button.
Yeah, like even that is not a big old, that's an endurance competition. That's not a big old wall that you have to hold on to. Or like when they were in that pool I think it was season 2, and like they were just like hanging out in the pool with their hand holding something. It can be as simple as that. I just want endurance. I want them suffering for 6 hours.
All crammed into the car, and they had to stay in the car the longest. Like
yes.
They could have a lot of really annoying things for low production cost.
Yeah, put their hands on a grill for as long as possible. Burn.
So are Ty's emotions fake? Is he actually heartless and just wants to win?
I don't think they're fake. No, I just think he's misdirecting his emotions.
Not being completely open with how he's really feeling all the time. So for me, it's hard to gauge what's true and what's not true when he can just shut it off and be so cold-hearted, and then he pours it on when they're leaving the house. So it's just, he's not being consistent in his actions. So I can't believe that he's being true right now.
Fair.
Thank you, Canada. Like I said, BBCan9 are voting against Beth and skip the dishes. Yes, thank you, Canada. Boy, agree, Chantel. We haven't seen real skin in the game like Evil Dick endurance comp where he almost froze to death. Yeah, man. Give me one of these.
Yeah.
Where they have, like they were so cold out
Were they
there.
were they almost froze to death? That reminds me though of Topaz and Jillian. And
Yeah,
Topaz is like, you're good. I'm good, right? I'm good. And Jillian's like, yeah, you're good. You're good. And then gets her
150%.
evicted. 150%. This vote is 150%
Wrong.
wrong, Topaz. Amazing.
Topaz. So bad.
Girl.
Oh, don't bring me back to that. I got I'm so mad at Peter Brown for that whole thing because like he should have saved her. Idiot. That's another story. So yes, we hear the jury, the diary room where Ty's like he doesn't care about Beth and he wants her to go and he doesn't care about jury management, and that Beth has been a bus driver this whole season, throwing everyone under the bus. And this is after she kind of sits down with Brayden and Ty just to be like talking through a little bit of what's happening. And Ty is like lying right in front of Brayden, which I get it because Brayden's staying there, doesn't want Brayden to feel bad or whatever. But like, that's another thing too. I hate when people are lying so blatantly in front of somebody that's going to the jury. It's just so annoying and so bad. And I was feeling bad for Beth in this moment because like she's fully being gaslit on her way out the door. It's just like not a good feeling. It really feels like crap when people are lying to your face so blatantly and they just won't come clean with the truth.
Especially when they don't need to. He didn't need to lie about it. He really didn't. And
Like,
he can go to Brayden afterwards and say, yeah, that is exactly what I have been telling Beth because blah, 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 blah. That's what he's been doing. Like, he has been good with Beth, good with Brayden, good with Jed up until he evicted him. Like, he's allowed to do that gameplay. It's lying about it. That's like, it's just kind of gross. Own up to it. Say, yeah, Beth, you're right. I've been playing the game just as hard as you. This is why you got to go. You're telling people that we're a duo. Brayden and I aren't a duo. Lie again in front of her. Like, just things like that. It's silly.
So silly. So Arissa tells the house guests what they're playing for. So they're playing for $100,000, which we know. $10,000 in Weber grill gear, which is pretty awesome. Like that must be an epic grill for 10 G's. Like, does it come with like outdoor furniture and stuff like that as well? And like
or a deck?
A deck, the hot tub, outdoor furniture. Like, what does it come with?
Meat for a year?
Like maybe. Apparently,
that's a lot of grilling stuff. I would absolutely gift. I would gift that so hard. I'd be like, "Here's $1,000 gift certificate for you, for you, for you." Just pass it out.
Me too.
Yeah,
probably. Slash, I need new outdoor furniture, so I'd probably use some more of it. I mean,
you're allowed to. You got a nice deck though.
Thank you. I know. I'm sure. Like, right now, I've been like trying to find furniture. Like I want like a big sectional outside in the back, and I wonder if I would be allowed to have a fire pit. I don't know if it would be fire code though.
I don't think so, because you're on top, right?
Pardon me?
You're on top, right? You have the top deck. I don't know. You don't have to tell anybody. Just do it. Just set a small fire in the corner.
I mean, I'm worried though. I don't know.
Actually. Yeah.
Kind of like
don't actually do it.
Maybe not. They're also getting $10,000 from Sunlight, so it's $110,000 and a dream vacation. Expedia. So actually, this is even better than it has been in the past. I'd be down to win that, 100%. So we get to the eviction, and both Ty and Kiefer vote to evict Beth. Beth talks to Arissa. Arissa seems like she was upset a little bit, not as much as some other people, but was upset that Beth was leaving. She asked her who she wants to win, and she says Tara, but she thinks that it's going to be Kiefer's game to lose, basically. Which I agree with her. She has her finger on the pulse right there with what's going on in the game. I don't really remember any other questions that Arissa asked her. Do you?
She asked her, like, what did she ask her? I remember her saying, like, Beth really hasn't been in any hot water up until the last 2 weeks. So that's pretty impressive for someone's game. I don't know. She kind of, like, made Beth feel good about herself. And I think that's Beth. especially with what Beth's gonna get when she leaves the game and is on social media and out in the real world. She's gonna receive a lot of hate. So looking back on her interview with Arissa, I'm sure she'll appreciate that Arissa went kind of easy on her.
Vivian wants to know, what did Arissa mean when she told Beth that she was going to have a great time in jury? Maybe getting pegged by Jed? I don't
Jed's
know.
dick, yeah. Yeah.
A hot tub? Or
Ooh.
maybe she's being sarcastic and mean that she's going to get a lot of hate. Or maybe it's just going to be easy going. She won't have to fight so hard. She's just going to be able to have a good time and hang out with these people in a way that there's no stress. I think it's getting pegged.
Those are some fun people. I would love to hang out with Victoria, Tina, Rowan, Jed.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could stomach Beth, but
I feel like if we were hanging out with Beth, we would corral her and like coax her into being more of a palatable person. Like, if you're like, well, you don't need to kill, hun. Let's do this chill.
Yeah, everyone's really annoyed. Everyone's really annoyed, Beth. Relax. No one's telling you to your face. She needs her out.
Like, you're gonna have to shut up because people hate you.
Yeah,
but
I'd have a doctor come and see her.
You, the doctor.
I'd be like, I need a doctor for Beth. Quick. She needs to be medicated.
Yeah, go to the diary room. The doctor's waiting for you.
Yeah.
Production could not have planned the better final four. 2 Destiny tied Tara versus 2 Defender, Brayden and Kiefer.
Ooh.
Wow.
2 Sunsetters, 2 Oddballs.
Interesting.
Pretty
okay,
good.
that's surprising because I hated that team twist. I thought it was like quite poor. I thought it put like the Defenders in a deficit for the beginning, and like people were just looking down at the Defenders no matter what because they were always on the block. So I'm happy that it at least ended up seemingly fair in the end. I didn't realize that 2 Defender, 2 Destiny. Yes, me neither, Moses. Good observation. So Brayden, though, I think had the best exit messages. And he says that he was in on the plan to evict Jed. And so that was good that he could take some ownership in there. So if he's on the final 2, she could be like, well, Brayden is the only person that told me that he was in on the plan. So that could bode well if he's sitting against Ty. It's like Brayden owned up to it. Ty never did. He never owned up to the fact that he was in on that plan. No thanks.
Nope.
Brayden did a good job. And I think that, so Brayden is friends with Kirsten McInnes from RHAP that was like supposed to be on season 6. And so she probably told him about jury management. She's like, if you get there, you take care of that jury and those goodbye messages, because if they're mad at you, you want them to be rooting for you and you saying something that makes them feel good about you on the way out. So she must have told them, because I don't think that.
It was smart of him too to say, like, we've been working together since day 2, like really point back that Beth has helped his game, that she's been there for him. Like, that was smart.
Definitely smart. I don't remember what Ty said, because I didn't really believe it. I'm sorry, guys. Ty just lost.
No, it was bad. It was bad.
So we go to the head of household competition. I was like, oh my God, we're going to get the whole competition. Yes. And then at the time, I'm like, damn it, there's not that much time. And then I'm like, oh, okay, but like it's just 7 questions. Like that doesn't take long. And then we get the first question. And it was an interesting comp. So basically they were going to be shown different cards of the house guests that played in the veto competition. And they had to buzz in and name the evicted house guest. And that was evicted after that ceremony. So I thought that was a good one, a good use of information about the days and like the competition and stuff like that. And so we were left off with Ty winning the first question, and he looked very happy about that. And so I'm wondering if that's going to give him the boost to win this. I used to love Ty, but I do not want him to win this. I want Tara to win this one, and I want Tara to take out Ty, because I want it to have been a terrible move for him to not keep Beth. I just do.
I kind of want Tara to win head of household too, just so that it's really, really extra messy. And I don't know. I think she would break up Bray and Ty at the end of the day. I think she'd say like, "I'll take Kiefer final 3." I do not think she'll take him the final 2, but
I don't
she
think
would
she'll
definitely.
Ty, though. I think she should put up Kiefer and Ty, and then if one of them comes down, then Braden goes up. I think that's probably the smartest things to do, even though, she has to put up Kiefer. It just doesn't look good if she keeps Kiefer off the block, like optically.
Yeah.
If she put him up next to Ty, like she just has to. So we'll see what's
It
going.
all depends on the veto.
Pardon?
It all depends on the veto. Let's be real.
True. Well, that's pretty much the episode. We'll be back on Monday. Joining me on the block. Are you joining me on the block? I don't know who's joining me on the block on Monday, but somebody shall be, if you want to.
Maybe me.
Okay, maybe you. If Tara does win, what would the reaction be from BB Nation?
Good for her.
It wouldn't be a top tier win at all, because I don't think that she had a lot of control in anything that really happened in the game. I don't know if she'll get that much respect for her win, but a win's a win. She'll still get that $100,000 and that barbecue that she's been asking for her husband. So a win's a win. So I wouldn't be that impressed by it, but at this point, well, who cares? I don't mind anybody really winning at this point. I'm not that mad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine with pretty much anybody. Even if Braden ends up winning, I'm like, hey man, like he did what he needed to do to win, even though it wouldn't have been my route to get there. It worked for him. So go team. Chantel, are you on the I am on the LFC roundtable on Tuesday. How do you know? Am I on the schedule? Because I should be there. Yes, I'm on there on Tuesday. And then I'm doing the Circle finale on Thursday afternoon. What am I on the schedule?
Who are you rooting for on the Circle?
Circle. Who am I rooting for? Who's the people again? Sorry, my brain's frozen.
Left is River, Courtney, Chloe, Trevor, and John.
So I want Trevor to win. Did you watch these last 4 episodes already?
Yeah.
So there's the baby's too damn cute. Her husband, the real Trevor's too cute. Like her just like being so heartfelt and doing it for her family. Like it just
love her.
So nice and touching. And I want her and her family to win. So her,
me too.
River, maybe second. I love Chloe, but I don't want Chloe to take anybody away from people like, regular Joes that are playing for their family. Like I know she's still a regular Joe, but she's coming from the UK and she's already been on a reality show. Yep. So I would want somebody else to win. John, I guess, would be 4th, and then Chloe 5th. Oh, and Courtney 3rd. Yeah. So I'd go Trevor, River, Courtney, Chloe, John. I'm not sure, but
mine would be Trevor, Chloe, River, John, then Courtney. I don't like Courtney.
I
can't.
He's annoying, yes, but I do find that his story
about Savannah's game.
Pardon?
He just played Savannah's game for too long. Maybe if it was longer, I might fall for Courtney, but I was just like, you're all about Savannah. She's gone. Like, do your own thing.
It wasn't great. Like, I don't know if you saw the video of them together talking. Tara and Savannah, and like, I didn't actually like Savannah even more. I didn't like her before, but like, I didn't like her even more after. But anyways, we're not talking about the Circle, even though I love the Circle. But yes, me on the block on Monday, most likely with JoJo. We'll see who it is. On Tuesday, I will be on the LFC roundtable, the final roundtable of the season, where we're probably going to do some winner predictions. So that should be fun. Next Wednesday, join me on the block. We'll probably be JoJo again, because we know that Jonathan will not be able to make it next Wednesday. And then maybe all of us together on Thursday for the finale if we can. So JoJo, are you with me on the all week long? You might as well, right? It's our last week.
Why not?
All week, JoJo and me are on the block for 1 full week. No fake news, no fake evictions. Me and JoJo on the block. So please, if you haven't done so already, we'll do one of these. Subscribe to Reality Pop. It's going to be your new hub for all things reality. Tomorrow, we are also myself, Michelle, if you know, and Phil's partner, Ron, are going to be playing a Survivor game. And I don't know any of my Survivor trivia, and I don't have time to study. So it's a Survivor trivia game that we're playing. So come and join us on Reality Pop tomorrow night at 7 to see how well we do. We'll see.
I'm watching that. That's amazing.
Thank you, Moses. Good night, and we will see everybody very soon. Big Brother